What's up everybody, PrefixWiz bringing you another Unity tutorial. Today, continuing our series with the Unity GUI, I'll be teaching you how to create a simple circular mini-map. And that starts right now.
Double-digit thousands.
Creating a simple circular mini-map. Let's go ahead and open up Unity. Alright, so let's go ahead and create a plane. And let's take its transform to 0, 0, 0. Increase the scale by 20 on the X and 20 on the Z. And I already have a grid texture that I'd like to put on it just so we can see a little bit better what we're doing. Out of standard assets, I want to go ahead and grab a first-person controller. And let's raise its Y to 1. To create our simple mini-map, what we're going to do is use the camera. And to do this, what we're going to do is rename the main camera that's already in the scene to Mini-Map Camera. Parent it to the FPS controller, reset its position and rotation, bring the Y position up to 50, which then places the camera above the first person controller, and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. We're going to untag it as the main camera. We're going to change the projection to orthographic. Next, we're going to change the size to 50, and then we're going to go ahead and delete the flare layer and the audio listener. And of course, change the target display to display 2. Okay, so now the FPS camera is the main camera that's on the FPS controller itself, which is the first person character, which is the camera here, which is also the main camera and tag. And the mini-map camera is just that, a mini-map camera. Because it's attached to the first person controller, if we were to hit play, we would actually see that camera move around with our first person controller. And you can see that in the scene view at the top, that's our camera. Below that, at the bottom, in our game view, is the first-person controller. So it's working as intended. We just need to display what that camera is seeing. So what we're going to do now is create a canvas, and then we're going to create the canvas on the actual first-person controller. And we're just going to rename this to HUD, canvas. So we know that that is the canvas. It's going to be the main parent for the HUD. All right, then what we want to do is change this to screen space camera. But the camera that we're going to use for the render camera is going to be the first-person controller, not the mini-map. That way it displays on the main camera, not the mini-map camera that is above the FPS controller. Then we're going to change the plane distance to 1. That brings it closer to the camera, as you can see. And then we're going to change the order layer to -1. That way it always displays before a canvas that is 0 or greater. Now that we have that taken care of, let's go ahead and create a panel. And we'll call this panel the mini-map HUD. Now in the mini-map HUD, this is where the actual mini-map itself will be displayed. Let's go ahead and anchor this to the upper left. All right, and let's zoom in here and let's just go ahead and take the canvas and bring it up to the upper left. And then we'll square it off. So let's just say 200 by 200. And now we have a nice mini map space in the upper left of our screen. All right, so the next step is to create a render texture. Let's go to the asset folder and right click, create. And we'll do render texture. And we'll call this minimap RT for render texture. Then click on the mini-map camera and let's place that mini-map render texture right on the target texture. Okay, let's go back into the HUD canvas and let's go to the mini-map HUD and let's right click on the mini-map HUD and create a UI raw image. And hit Control Alt and let's stretch that out. Now it's 100% covered the mini-map HUD. So in the raw image, we're going to go ahead and place that specific render texture that's rendering from the mini-map camera. And now we can see what the camera above us is seeing pointed downward. Okay, so now we have a reference to our mini-map itself. Let's go ahead and create a circle. So in order to do this, just create a simple circle in Photoshop or whatever paint program you use and make sure it has a transparent background. And let's go to our mini-map HUD. So we're just going to place that circle right inside the background. Okay, and then we're going to add a component, and that component is going to be UI mask, and that gives us our circular appeal that we're looking for if we were to hit play, and that gives us our simple circular mini map. Thanks for watching, everybody. There's so many ways to make mini maps in Unity. Let me know how you make yours. If you make yours a little differently or a little bit better or a little bit more efficiently than I do, put it down in the comments. Let the community know. That's what we're here for. Try to help everybody out. If this video helped you, go ahead and hit that like button. And in either case, don't forget to subscribe.